Hey second grade, welcome back to Art with Miss Buchelt. Today we are going to be getting to do some learn how to draw creatures with me, and we are going to be doing spring animals, and there are going to be 2 spring animals, okay? So the first one is going to be a chick that is hatching. So I'm going to write at the top so I know this is side for that. So it's like a baby chick, so I'm going to call it hatching chick. And I know that in the spring there's lots of baby animals, so that's why I chose this one, hatching. And then our second animal is going to be a squirrel, and I'm going to do that on this side here, okay? Now, squirrels, we do tend to see them most of the year, but in the spring you see them all around trying to find those acorns that they hid in the fall. So we are going to be following Miss B today on how to draw these 2 animals. So you'll need your pencil, you will need a black marker for outlining. I chose my thick and my skinny Sharpie. And then finally you'll need some crayons when we start adding color. All right, so and also your paper. So let's get started here with our hatching chick first. Okay, so you're going to need your pencil to begin, and we're going to make a large U shape. Okay, now this large U shape is going to be the bottom of our egg. Okay, so I had the lines almost about the same. Yep, so a big U shape, and then inside we're going to be doing some big and little zigzags going from one end to the other. So let's start with a big zigzag, up, down, up, down, up, and connect. So it looks like I have a top of an eggshell that's been broken. Okay, so there is my egg. Now we're going to work on getting the chick. But before we do that, let's outline it with our black Sharpie so that we know that that part is done. So it lets you know that you're happy with the shape and you're ready to finalize it. That's what that means when you choose to Sharpie it. Okay, so with our chick, we are going to start by making a circle for the head. Okay, so I go around several times when I'm making my circles just to see if I have the right shape that I like. Okay, so I got my circle, and I'm going to make 2 lines down to show the body. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the neck, and I'm going to curve to connect to the egg, and then on the right side do the same. Connect from the bottom of the head to the top of the shell to make the body. Okay, next we are going to make here is the circle inside of the head that is going to show our eye. And then you need to have, oops, I can see I want to erase a little bit of my circle here. That's why I didn't put a Sharpie on that yet, because I knew that I was going to want to fix it and tweak it and make it just so that I'm happy with it. Remember, we're not going for perfection here. You're just trying your very best, okay? There you go. I think I'm happy with that. And then give it a triangle going up and then a triangle kind of going down. And those 2 triangles will make it look like it has its beak opening, like it has something to say. Okay. So I kind of just extended those lines into the middle, and I connected them so that the beak looks like the mouth is open. All right, you see that? Yep, and there's some little lines in there that you can erase too. Anytime that you don't want to see any of the extra lines that you drew. Okay, so next we are going to start making the wings. Now the wings are all going to be curved lines, okay, almost like wavy. So I'm going to start by drawing the top of my wing on the left, going over to the right and drawing the top of the wing on the right, and see how these are wavy lines. Yep. Now this next part's a little bit tricky, but just try your best. We are going to be curving around to make kind of a U shape to make the feathers of our wings. Move down a little bit, make another curve, move down again, make another curve, and then connect that to the body of your chick. Okay, do you see how I did those 3? Now same thing over here. Curve line to make the feather 1, move down, curve line to make the feather 2, move down, curve to make the feather 3, and connect that to the body. So there we have our 2 feathers, or our 2 wings, I should say, with its feathers. Now I'm going to add a little eyebrow so my chick looks excited to be out in the world. I put a little mark on her eye there so you can see where her pupil is, and she looks excited. Now I'm going to erase the circle that connects to the body because I want it to look like the head is actually attached and not a separate thing, because the heads are always attached, aren't they? All right. So I got my chick. Now I'm going to begin my outline. All right, so now that I got my chick outlined, now I'm gonna add color. So grab your crayons and let's go. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the squirrel. Okay, so the squirrel is gonna start off with 3 basic shapes. Okay, we're gonna first start with our circle, which is gonna be the basic shape of our head. We're then going to draw 2 lines down from the head. This is gonna be the body of our squirrel. See how it's kind of like a rectangle? And then we're going to move just a little bit above that bottom there, and we're going to make a straight line out. We're going to be making a large rectangle. So straight line out, go to the top of the head, do a straight line up from the top of the head, and then you're going to pull that over and you are going to make a large rectangle. This is going to be the shape that our tail fits in. Okay, so we have our big rectangle, little rectangle, and our circle. Okay, so now we're going to start by adding triangles for the ears. Okay, so a triangle on the right, a triangle on the left. Very good. And then on the bottom, we're going to make some ovals. Okay, so we're going to make one oval to be the right foot and an oval to be the left foot. And then I'm going to erase how there's a line inside of there. Just going to erase those lines because I know I won't need them. And then we're going to make a couple more ovals. Again, on the right, this is going to be the back foot. And then the back left foot on the other side. So it should be 4 ovals all together. Now we're going to do a big curved line starting at that back foot. Okay, now this curved line is going to come up and attach to the side of the rectangle body. Okay, so curve up, and it kind of looks like an egg shape, and then the same on the other side. Okay, curve up and down. All right, so now those are the knees of our squirrel sitting. Now let's move on to doing our tail. Okay, so we're going to be cutting out our tail from this block because we want it to be a smooth tail. So we're going to make a curved line here that starts at the head and goes up to the top. And do you see that pointed corner? We don't need that, so let's erase that. Okay, there we go. Now let's continue on. We're going to try to find our fluffy squirrel's tail. So let's make another curved line that cuts off that corner. Okay, so we curved it again. We don't need that corner. Say bye-bye. We don't need you. And then let's continue on. We're going to find the point of our fluffy tail. So we're going to curve it one more time inside like that. And we are then going to start at that point, curve it around, kind of like a hook. Do you see that hook shape? Then doing one big wavy line starting from the bottom, we're going to connect up to that hook. Okay, it's going to be kind of like you're making a fire or a wave. Do you see that? Now we don't need this extra part, so let's erase that. Now that big rectangle is gone, but we have a nice big fluffy squirrel tail. Good. All right, so now we're going to add some details into our squirrel here. So we're going to add some hair on top of its head because it's a fluffy So 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna have curved line coming down on each side. That's the right side. On the left, almost like you're giving it hair. Yeah. And then a couple more lines beneath that are curving away from our squirrel. That's gonna be the fur on the side of the squirrel's face. All right, so we have our line to show our face here. Just clean up my edges. I'm making the lines a little bit more curvy so it has more of an animal-like look to it. Making my paws, erasing lines that I don't need. I think I'm doing okay here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe right here I want to connect the back legs to the back feet. So I just erased that line so that you can see that the legs bend and that the feet are there. Okay, and there was a line that was connecting our ears. We want to erase that line between our ear and our head so that we can draw 2 more little triangles inside to make the inside of the ear. Triangle 1, triangle 2, just like that. Just erasing in between those little hairs. That's just something Miss B likes to do, but you can choose to keep them if the erasing's a little bit hard for you. Erasing on the top of the fur, on top of the head. You'll see that come a little bit more once I add my black outline. You'll see what I'm talking about. Remember to pause the video if you get behind, okay, and rewind. So let's start by now getting our eyes. So 2 circles for our eyes. And inside the eye to make the pupil, 2 more smaller circles. And then I am going to make an oval for the nose. Very good. Now starting from the bottom of the nose, do a straight line down. And then you're going to do a curved smiley face line. On the edge of that smile, I like to put a couple more little lines just to make it look extra happy. Now we're going to give our squirrel some strong teeth. Okay, so I just made 2 squares to show little teeth. So then we're going to show the markings that the squirrel has. So we're going to start in the top of the nose in the middle. Draw a line up and over the eye and connect it to the side of the face. Same on the left-hand side. Okay, so we started in the middle of the nose, went up and around, and connected it to the side of the face. Next, we need to show the belly of the squirrel. So we're going to do a U shape that goes up to show the belly. I'm going to give it some markings in its paws. I just did 3 lines inside each paw. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it has some more detail like an actual squirrel. So let's get outlining now with our black marker. I hope you had a great time today getting to make your spring animals. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone.